Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Dr. Jessica, the naturopathic doctor here at the Coach House. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about healthy eating during the holiday season. So the holidays are definitely upon us, and you've probably already had a few Christmas parties, but the real kickoff is going to be this weekend for most of us, and then into New Year's as well. So all these extra gatherings are great to see friends and family and connect. However, they can actually wreak havoc on our diets as well. So I'm going to share with you my top 5 tips on how to try and keep your diet somewhat in check while still enjoying those indulgences over the Christmas holidays. So the number 1 tip I have is plate size. So be sure to try and pick the smaller plate. It's very easy to grab the largest dinner plate and load it to the top. But what ends up happening oftentimes is we end up overeating because we don't take that break in between just to check in with ourselves and see how full we are. We also don't want to offend people if we've taken too much and feel like we're a bit full, so we don't want to leave that behind. And so we will actually eat more when we have a larger plate. So I always recommend trying to get that smaller plate and go back for seconds if you need to. Even that pause in between your first serving and your second can actually give you an opportunity to check in with yourself and see if you actually want that second serving or if you're content with what you have. If you don't have the option for the smaller plate, they will often have larger kind of rims around them, and maybe make a rule for yourself where you're only filling the inside of the plate and not using any of the rim, and this will help kind of keep the amount that you're taking down a little bit. The other tip my second tip would be using a 75-25% rule. So I do think it's important for people to indulge and enjoy the holidays, and that's part of it. We don't want anybody to feel deprived over the holidays. So you should be able to indulge. However, try and keep more of a rule for yourself where maybe it's 75-25 or 80-20, where you're filling 75 or 80% of your plate with the healthier options, picking the fruits and the vegetables and the lean meats, and filling up on those so that you're not mindlessly eating a bunch of sweets or indulgent cheeses or any of these things that you might be having. So we want you to enjoy them, but we also don't want to have a full cheese board to ourselves. So keeping that rule, it'll help you make sure that you're getting nutritionally dense foods and also having those treats. My third tip would be to plan your indulgences. So it's very easy to get lost and swept up into the events and kind of have things outside of them that you probably shouldn't. So if you know you're going to have a family dinner, go in with the intention of enjoying it and having a really great meal. Just make sure that maybe what you're having for breakfast and lunch, you're really being mindful of having something that is a good option for you. So personally, I like to make sure that I'm having one of my protein smoothies every day. It helps to ensure that I'm getting close to a liter of water, I'm getting a good source of protein, and I'm having lots of fiber. And so then when I do have those indulgences, you will also feel like, okay, well, it's not all gone and I did have something that makes me feel good. My fourth tip is be mindful of what you're drinking. It's very quick and easy to grab a few glasses of wine, but they actually will pack a lot of sugar and a lot of calories. Eggnog is another holiday favorite, which is pretty high in sugar and calories as well. And oftentimes we don't really think about what we're drinking as counting towards what is in our diet. So it's very quick to consume maybe 1,000 calories even with just drinks, and it's not going to satisfy you. It's not going to give you a lot of nutrition. So this would relate back to kind of that 75-25% rule. So maybe for every glass of wine, you make a rule to yourself that you're going to drink a glass of water, or you're going to drink a glass of sparkling water, so that you're counteracting the amount that you're actually consuming. My fifth tip and my final tip is to remember that each meal is a new day, each day is a new day, and each meal is a new opportunity to have something healthy. So oftentimes we feel like we fall off the bandwagon and then we throw it all away. And I recently read kind of a meme that was made about how saying that you had one poor meal and you're going to throw it all out the window is kind of like dropping your phone on the floor and then smashing it with your foot. Just because you dropped it doesn't mean that we need to destroy it. So plan your indulgences, and if you go a little bit overboard, that's no problem. Your next meal is a great opportunity to just get right back on track, and that's part of having a healthy lifestyle. We expect you to have those indulgences and just go back to your healthy lifestyle when you're finished with the events. So this is our final Wellness Wednesday for 2017. We hope you enjoyed them, and we are going to be back in 2 weeks in 2018 with our next Wellness Wednesday. And from everyone here at the Coach House, hope you have a wonderful holiday season. and stay safe and enjoy family and friends. Thanks for watching.